The Cost of Freedom by Jessica Root. This is dedicated to my husband Stephen Root and the Marines of 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines, their families, and in honor of the brave men who paid the ultimate sacrifice. On March 19, 2003, President George W. Bush declared war on terrorism. Our troops entered the country of Iraq. Many of our soldiers and Marines were forced to live in unlivable conditions, sleeping on the ground in a tent and often in holes. They were denied simple commodities we take for granted, such as the shower and the commode. Through hardships, they often grew a brotherhood that most Americans will never have. On March 20, 2003, the troops were rallied together within their units to make the crossover into Iraq. While driving through the country of Iraq, they were greeted with smiles and handshakes. Making friends and learning about their culture, they won the hearts and minds of the local people. On March 23, 2003, 1st Battalion, 2nd Marine Division were ambushed when they entered the city of Al-Nasiriyah, Iraq. They were met with rocket-propelled grenades, small arms fire, and mortars. Their vehicles were shot at and disabled, leaving them to evacuate and pursue the enemy on foot. This was a war like no other fought in American history before. It was solely based on urban combat and the enemy dressing and acting like their ally. They never knew who was a friend or who was a foe. While searching local government buildings, they found weapons and ammo caches and paintings such as this proving terrorists were in the city. They were continually trading bullets with the enemy over a 2-week period, with each firefight lasting at least 4 hours. All the combat made everyone exhausted and disoriented in the fog of war. Marines trained daily on how to survive in combat, but they were never ready to see their own brothers wounded or killed. It was a struggle to continue to fight and to aid in the wounded or the dead. When fighting was over, the reality set in. Realizing what just happened and who all they lost affected everyone deeply. Coping with losing a brother in arms is the hardest obstacle anyone had to overcome. War happened and people changed. On June 22, 2003, 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines arrived back at their home base in Camp Lejeune in Jacksonville, North Carolina. They kissed and hugged their mothers and fathers, saw their newborn child for the first time, and held their wives tighter than they've ever held anyone before. They were reacquainted with loved ones they missed. They received a hero's welcome, but was never the same for what they lost. As of this date, there are 4,714 coalition troops who have given their lives in the line of duty. There have been many tears wept by spouses and family. There will be many children that will grow up with never knowing their mothers or their fathers. 27 Marines and soldiers died during combat operations on March 23, 2003 in Nasiriyah, Iraq. 18 were from 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines. In honor of these brave men, take time to reflect on their sacrifices. Sergeant Michael E. Bitts, 31, Ventura, California. Lance Corporal Thomas A. Blair, 24, Wagner, Oklahoma. Lance Corporal Brian Roy Busing, 20, Cedar Key, Florida. Private First Class Tamario D. Burkett, 21, Erie, New York. Corporal Kimpamfu A. Chawansky, 22, Waterford, Connecticut. Lance Corporal Donald J. Klein, 21, Sparks, Nevada. Lance Corporal David K. Fribley, 26, Lee, Florida. Corporal Jose A. Garibay, 21, Orange, California. Private Jonathan L. Gifford, 20, Macon, Illinois. Corporal Jorge A. Gonzalez, 20, Los Angeles, California. Private Nolan Ryan Hutchings, 19, Bowling Springs, South Carolina. Staff Sergeant Philip A. Jordan, 42, Brazoria, Texas. Lance Corporal Michael J. Williams, 31, Phoenix, Arizona. Lance Corporal Patrick R. Nixon, 21, St. Louis, Missouri. Second Lieutenant Frederick E. Porcorny, 31, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Sergeant Brendan C. Reese, 23, Natrona, Wyoming. Corporal Randall Kent Rosacker, 21, San Diego, California. Lance Corporal Thomas J. Solcombe, 22, Adams, Colorado. Always remember, freedom is not free. It comes at a cost.